The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Economists are weighing in on presidential front-runner Bongbong Marcos' plan to bring down rice prices to as low as 20 pesos per kilo. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez gives us a front seat to the story.
If you're scrolling through social media, you've probably seen posts about the 20 peso per kilo of rice that presumptive President Bongbong Marcos has promised. It earned mixed reactions from the public.
Sa katulad kung walang pambili. Hindi kasi pag ginawang 20 pesos yun, di ba? Paano yung sasaka natin?
However, there seems to be a misunderstanding. In an April statement, Marcos Jr. said he aims to bring down the price of rice by 20 to 30 pesos and not to 20 pesos. Data from the Agriculture Department show local commercial prices in NCR range from 38 to 50 pesos per kilogram and 37 to 52 pesos for imported. In public markets like here in Marikina, rice can go as high as 51 pesos a kilo. Experts say this could entail risks.
It would have a lot of costs for society. That would mean the Philippine government heavily subsidizing rice. That would mean reversing the rice tariffication laws.
But Socioeconomic Planning Secretary Carl Chua said Marcos's plan is not impossible under the rice tariffication law.
Under rice tariffication, the programs are expected to increase the yield per hectare from 4 metric tons to 5 or 6. So that is possible, actually.
Chua, however, warned against subsidies without improving farmers' yield.
We have to, as I mentioned, balance the need to support our farmers in a targeted and productive manner and address the concerns of the people who need lower food prices.
The DA added the selling of cheap rice is also feasible if the government would allow NFA in markets again. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez, We Are One News.
Albay 2nd District Representative Joey Salceda says that a budget of 150 billion pesos is needed before rice prices can go down to 20 pesos. Salceda explained that the government must buy rice from farmers at 30 pesos per kilo and sell it to 20 pesos per kilo. Now, Salceda added that the 45% tariff should not be imposed on imported rice. This comes after presidential front-runner Bongbong Marcos promised to bring down price of rice to as low as 20 pesos per kilo.
Mahirap pong ipatupad yung 20 pesos at napakalaki po ng gastos ng gobyerno. Ang mas mabuti po niyan, yung kailangan mo na yung 150 billion na kailangan mo para po itustos ng mas murang bigas. So, sa simpleng computation na yan, although pwede natin yung bawas, dagdagan, kung ano pa man, mas gagastos po na malaki ang gobyerno para po ipatupad yung patakaran ng 20 pesos kada kilo.
Salceda also said that the economic team and his first 100 days in office are critical for Bongbong Marcos once he takes office.
Yung kanyang first 100 days, very critical po. Kasi kung halimbawa, kailangan pa natin kumbinsihin ang mga foreign investors, baka buti po tayo ng 18 months. Pero kung maganda po yung economic team, maganda po yung mga unang patakaran o yung mga policy pronouncement, at saka titingnan yung policy actions nila, mukhang kaya ho natin ibaba from 18 months adjustment period, baka 6 months po, pwede na po mag-respond ng mas positibo ang ating mga foreign investors.
Ronnie Dayan, former aide of Senator Laila De Lima, has recanted his testimonies against the detained senator. De Lima's legal counsel, Rolly Francis Pioro, said that Dayan admitted that there was no delivery of 10 million pesos to him or De Lima. Ex-Bucor OIC Rafael Ragos and confessed drug lord Kerwin Espinosa earlier took back their allegations against the senator. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The IATF strongly backs the return of face-to-face classes for all schools. The IATF also encouraged elementary and secondary schools to undertake COVID-19 vaccination programs for their students. However, the task force says this should not be a requirement for face-to-face classes. The Education Department has earlier expressed its concerns over the low number of schools implementing physical classes. Recycling batteries is critical for net zero goals, helping to lower prices of perilous metals used for batteries. Now here's how recycling EV batteries work in South Korea. Let's watch this.
This is a battery recycling plant run by South Korean company called Seongil High Tech, located in the city of Gunsan in South Korea.
The company has 9 plants in the country and abroad, with a capacity of extracting more than 4,000 metric tons of nickel and cobalt every year. Now the company is preparing for an IPO in South Korea in the second half.
Let me show you how they work.
Seongil High Tech obtains spent or defective batteries from battery cell makers, automakers, and government-run waste management centers. First, workers dismantle the heavy EV battery pack into a module, and then again into a cell, and then shred the cell into so-called black powder, which is a mix of various metals like nickel, cobalt, manganese. The next step is called hydrometallurgy, the process by which liquid chemicals are used to separate the metals from the black powder. The company then sells the metals as a chemical byproduct like cobalt sulfide to the battery makers. Battery recycling is critical to help South Korea achieve its net zero goals by lowering the price of precious metals used in batteries, the most expensive part of an EV. Bloomberg NEF research says that by 2030, there will be about 2 million tons of battery scraps available for recycling every year. Seongil High Tech, which submitted a preliminary application to the Korea Exchange in November, is said to be seeking to raise about $111 million, according to people with the knowledge of the matter. Analysts say that recycling batteries is very labor-intensive, and the handling of spent batteries requires extreme caution. Transporting second-hand batteries is also difficult because of safety concerns. Seongil already has 6 plants outside South Korea, including Hungary, China, and India. Now it's in talks with some European car makers to build a new one on the continent.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 12 noon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.